Hello there guys, it's Blue Cow here, back in another video, and today I'm going to do what if Asta was trained by Goku, part 9, and the last one, for now. Hope you enjoy it. So last part did cover the attack on the hideout of the Eye of Midnight Sun. Nothing really changed from the original enemy, except for Asta using the solar flare against the elf for escaping temporarily, and him fighting linked with Yuno help and creating the Storm Kamehameha or the Spirit Kamehameha. I still didn't pick up the name. Maybe I will go with the Spirit Kamehameha. And Asta getting his Demon Destroyer sword and him getting suspicious a bit of this war. So now let's continue. When they are flying toward capital, they sense two elves. They decide to split up after arguing a bit. So now let's stay with Asta. After him flying for like couple of seconds, he senses this key is similar to luck. Then he senses Vanessa and Magna are there and they are badly hurt. Their key are feeding pretty fast. So he decides to fly top speed. He activates his Kaioken and fly toward the elf. When he arrived, Luck was almost going to impale Magna. But in a flash, Magna vanished from Luck's side. Then Luck starts looking left and right. Then he see Asta picking up, holding Magna. Then he put him down. Then Asta tell him, sorry, I'm a bit late. Then he looked at Luck and tell him, not you too. Magna asked him what's up with that. And Asta tell him about the bunch of people just turn out to be elves. They are connected with the magic. And they are all around the capital. And right now, the hideout is going toward the capital. Magna tell him, don't tell me that the big glowy thing that was going to capital is the hideout. Asta tell him yes, but no time to think. We have to stop Luck quickly. Luck start laughing and tell him, no human can defeat me. Asta smile tell him, well, we'll see about that. And without transforming, he fly toward Luck at top speed. Luck was taken off guard with Asta's new speed. Even Vanessa and Magna don't think Asta was this fast. Luck tried his best to get off Asta, but Asta is literally like his shadow. Each time he tries to move, Asta is plugging away. But Luck is getting used to Asta's speed. Then Asta yelled, Kaioken times 3! And charged toward Luck. And with his increase in power and speed, he caught Luck off guard, pinning him to the ground and started stabbing him with his sword. Luck tried his best to get Asta off him. Then Vanessa and Magna jump to try to get his sense back. They pleaded with the elf to get their friend back. Then Asta activated his Kaioken once again and stabbed the elf, making him drop or return Luck again. Then the same happened. Luck started crying, Magna hugged him, and I'm pretty sure Rouge, if you don't know who Rouge is, I'm pretty that cat that Vanessa have, do another timeline and make Luck kick Magna. They have a good laugh about it. Then they ask Asta about his new sword. Asta tell them that he don't know how this sword did it, but Yun explained that he maybe can cancel even the recognition magic or something like that. But no time to think. Let's go to the hideout. I mean the Black Bull's hideout. Everybody said yes. Then Asta tell him to grab onto him. Then Asta put two fingers on his forehead and teleport toward the hideout. When they arrive, they meet the other Black Bulls, then tell them that ghost transformed to some type of elf. That's what he tell them, and attack them. Then Charmy show up. At first everybody is terrified, then Asta tell them it's okay. She is the usual Charmy, her key is not different. Everybody relax, but Charmy start yelling at them and telling them who destroyed the little farm that she was building. Asta tell her that the elf who did it. Then Henry rebuild the Black Bull's hideout. At first Asta was going to teleport, then he told them that I sense some elf in that direction. Then they decide to go to that direction. So everyone go inside the ball or the hideout. Let's go with the ball. Then Asta put finger on his forehead and touch the ball and teleport toward the elves. Not on top of them, just near them. The elf tried to fight back, but with everyone combined power, they easily defeat them. Then Vatos, Redis and Sally show up. They make a bargain with the Black Bulls and they go toward the capital. At first the Black Bulls were against it, but with Asta convincing and they go along the plan. But when you think of it, they don't have any use for them. Asta can teleport, so why keep them? Let's say for polite convenience, and that's it. After the Black Bulls teleport to capital, they arrive in nick of time. They attack the elves. Asta make quick work of them. Gosh and Mary show up. They use their compound magic to stop the Black Bulls. But Asta activates his new abilities of his Demon Destroyer sword and absorb the magic. Then he flies toward Gosh, and this time he don't have his black form on, so he don't attract any magic. He flies straight toward them, hitting them with his Demon Destroyer sword, falling off the balance. Then he tells them, give us our friends back. Then he put his sword on them and make the real Gosh and Marie return. They thank them. Then before they go inside the Dark Castle or Shadow Palace, I believe they call it, a bunch of Golden Dawn elf show up. Asta is going to attack them. Then Merilona and Frigorion show up. Asta is happy to see Frigorion up again. Then they decide to attack the Golden Dawn, but before they can do anything, the gate of the Shadow Castle start closing. So the Black Bulls decide to stay and they send everybody else inside the castle. Then when they speed up, Asta land with Mimosa. Then they fight the old captain of, completely forgot his name, the one who have picture magic. They encounter him and he starts spamming them with his picture magic. After a while, Asta had enough. He fired a huge dark slash, or wanna call it anti-magic slash, and erase every magic that or picture magic that he create. So what the F do? He just make more and more and more, and Asta just keep cutting them. Then he tell Mimosa to get up onto him. He can't let her away from him or she will get hurt. And at that very moment, Charmy show up. She see that Elf is a bit worried or nervous. She give him a bit of her food and he rejected, and she transformed to her dwarf form, I call it, and her sheep become a wolf. Then she told them to let him this elf with her and they go on ahead. Asta nod. Then they go toward the pedestal where the demon is sealed. When they arrive, they see Yuno and the devil and Pottery, I believe his name, impaled with iron spears. Asta immediately fly toward the devil, but the devil used his word magic to send Asta flying away. Asta put Mimosa and she healed and starts healing Raya. Then Asta transformed to his black form like the devil. Then the devil used his word magic to stop them. Asta was caught off guard by his words, literally. And before he can do anything, Pottery transformed to a dark elf, and the devil ordered him to attack Asta, and he make an escape. After some fight back and forth with Ki Blast and Wind Spirit magic and Demon Light magic, I believe, Asta decided to use one of his newest techniques that he learned from Goku. He concentrated a bunch of energy inside his head. He concentrated energy in his hand, then pointed toward Pottery. And Pottery was seemingly frozen in his place. Asta just used his like god bind but in anti-magic form. Yuno did the same with his spirit magic, and Pottery is literally stuck in his place. Then Nozer show up, he see Pottery and decide to kill him. Asta tell him just give him a minute and he used his sword. And Yuno agreed with Asta and tell him let this idiot use his sword. They use it. Asta entered Pottery's mind and he see that he killed the Wizard King. But he's seemingly unfazed because he already know that. But he didn't know that Pottery is the one who killed him. So he walked toward him, gave him a piece of his mind, and Pottery is alive or free from his dark form. Then the three of them fly toward the demon and Nozai fly down. When they arrive, they see the first Wizard King, Nero, and Licht. Nero used her sealing magic on Licht to free him. Then the word magic devil used his grimoire and summoned that gooey stuff or whatever you want to call it. Everyone find their respective technique at it, except for Asta, but it's always swallowed that magic. Then the devil tell them if they don't hurry, their friends are going to die. My magic is going to reach them first. Everybody is nervous. Then Asta tells them, well, if they are in danger in lower levels, why don't we just bring them here? Then he put 2 fingers on his forehead and teleport to each and any one of them. First he go to Nozal and then he tell him to make a large platform because there are quite a number they are going here. He oblige and make a large platform. Then Asta bring everyone, literally everyone, on that platform. The first Wizard King is amazed. How can he teleport? Does he have a sort of or teleport magic or something? Nero tell him no, he learned a technique that let him teleport without any magic. Then Lick tell him we don't have to waste any more time. We have to finish this right now. Then both them charge toward the devil at max speed. The devil realizes they are way faster than him. Then the first Wizard King used his light sword and impaled into his chest, but it did nothing. The devil carried his spear and destroyed the light sword. But before he can hit the first Wizard King, he was met with Asta's sword directly to his face, sending him flying. The first Wizard King thank him. Asta nod, and everyone is amazed by Asta's speed. And guys, for me just cover something. I know that black form increased Asta's speed and power, but we don't know how much. So I will just assume that when he tapped on his black form, he will be, let's say, almost as fast as Licht, not equal to him, below him, and 3 of them start attacking the devil. The devil had enough and used his more powerful magic on them, that one that created Moth. A lot of them. Yuno tried to use his magic, but he can't. His magic can't absorb. Licht, Patry starts using his demon light magic. Asta start cutting the magic with his demon sword or anti-magic sword. Then Asta see that the Mouth are actually attacking the rest of the group. Then Asta put his sword above his head and yelled Dark Slash and fight a huge anti-magic slash that protect everyone. Licht is surprised. Then he tell Asta, how can you do that with that sword? Asta tell him, I will channel my key inside the sword, then release it at once. Yuno hear it, then he tell Asta, don't you think that you are only one who can defeat that monster? Then he start creating his own sword. Then he tell him, this is my new magic. Wind Spirit, Spirit of Zephyr, I believe the name. Then they continue fighting the devil. Then Licht decide to use his final move with his Demon Dweller sword. And it did quite a lot of damage, literally letting only the devil heart alive. But soon they realize that the devil can heal himself. Then Asta start taking to himself. So that is the true power of the Demon Dweller sword, right? So the other sword might maybe have other forms or power I don't know about. But the thought would quickly cut off by another set of mouth or monster or whatever you want to call it, attacking the group. This time Asta put his hand above his head, then he create multiple destructor disc, anti-magic destructor disc, and fire on the heads. Asta fly down, he transforms with his black form. Then he tell them, is everyone okay? Everybody nod. And Asta start taking, it will be impossible, keeping them safe. Meanwhile I am attacking the devil. Then Yami tell him, I wish there are at least 2 of you right now. Asta tell him, 2 of me? That's it. If one of me cannot do the job, then 2 of me can. Then Yami tell him, I was just messing with you, kid. So what you are going to do? Split yourself in half? Asta smirk and tell him, well, that's the plan. Then he stopped powering up. He got engulfed in golden aura. Then 2 Astas show up. Everybody is speechless. They don't know what just happened. Asta make a clone of himself? How? Yami tell him, what did you just do, kid? Asta tell him, when I was training with the master, one of his friends teach me how to split my body. I don't have full master over the form or technique. I can only split my body in 2. But each part or each one of me have this half of my power. Then Asta hand his demon slayer sword to his other self and tell him, you know the plan, right? The other Asta nod him, yes, protect them with a barrier. Then devil start laughing, tell him, so are going to attack me without your anti-magic sword. Asta tell him, well, that's the plan, and don't you dare underestimate me. Then he fly toward him. Everybody noticed that he is slower. Then Asta shoot a bunch of keyblades toward the devil. He start dodging them. Then after a while he stopped dodging them and Asta is missing. The devil tell him, are you missing on purpose, kid? Asta tell him, yes. Devil tell him, what? Then he looked around and see a lot of Keyless stopping in their place. Then Asta yelled, close zone grenade. Then he direct every attack toward the devil. It assumed that all the attack did a direct hit, but the devil said before the blast hit him, lightning barrier or some type of barrier or something. Then the demon tell him, that was quite a powerful technique, but it will not work on me, kid. Then Asta tell him, I'm nowhere near my limits, Kaioken. And Asta start powering up more and more and more. His hair spike up a bit from the excess of energy inside his body. Then he yelled, Kaioken times 20. Then he fly toward the devil. The devil was caught off guard by the increase in speed. And when Asta punched him, he did quite a lot of damage. At that punch sent the demon flying. Asta followed him back. Then he hammered him back toward the ground, what left of it. Then he fly toward him again, kicking him to the air. Then he ready his Kamehameha. And before the devil can do anything, Yuno come from behind him and slice him with his sword, cutting him off guard and make him use his healing words. Then when he turned around, he was met with Yuno and Asta spirit Kamehameha straight to his face. Everyone think that this deed is done, but sadly and for polite convenient, the devil survived. Then he tell Asta, how do you have such power? And without any grimoire or magic power, just who are you, kid? Asta tell him, I'm Asta from Black Balls, a magic knight from the Clover Kingdom, and a student of Son Goku. The devil tell him, I don't care who you are, honestly, I'm just going to kill you and everyone. Then I'm going to make your world my own. Everybody starting worry because they threw everything at him. Even the combo attack of Yuno and Asta did almost nothing. He can regenerate from anything. Then Asta tell him, over my dead body you will. And he start powering up. And his aura start turning redder and redder even more. Almost like it resemble a fire or something. And Asta closed his eyes, took a deep breath. Then he screamed once. And he was engulfed in like red aura. After that, Asta was shown in his god form. Everyone is speechless, and Yami cannot believe that Asta did actually make it. That Asta did it. He have the same presence that his master did when he fight them or show them his power. The elf can sense that his power is godlike. Char asks Yami, what's up with this kid? How can he have god power? Everyone is not from the Black Balls are in shock. So this is god power? How Asta did have such power inside his body all this time? Yami told them no, but he did tell me that he was trained or trying to tap in this power. So that year that he spent with his master, he finally did it. He finally achieved God Key. And the demon is terrified. He tell him, who the hell are you? How can you have this power? Asta tell him, I will tell you, but if you survive my attacks. Then Asta vanished from his side and appeared beside him. Behind him, I mean, guys. Back to back. Then he tell him, but I don't think you will. And Asta started beating down the devil, and he can't do anything about it. Asta is just overpowering him in every way imaginable. The only thing that keeps him alive is him spamming his healing ability, but even that will not help him for long. Each time he tries to heal or start healing, Asta is just doing more damage than he can heal, until he reaches a point that he can no longer heal fast enough. Asta kicked him to the air, then he said, this is the end. Then he started powering up a full power Kamehameha. Then he shoot it, and Kamehameha, when he fired it, the devil smiled and he screamed, go back! Or fire back. So he just sent back his Kamehameha against Asta. Asta is fighting his own Kamehameha for not him to swallow him. Then he pushed Kamehameha away from anyone, leaving himself open. The devil made the opportunity and stabbed Asta with another trident. Asta fell toward the group. Yami cut him. Asta just bleeding. Then he grabbed the trident and tossed him away. Asta started coughing up blood. Mimoso tell them I cannot heal him. I don't have any magic left. I can barely heal Raya. Asta smiled, tell them it's okay. You don't have to worry. I'm not done yet. Then some type of fire started burning from his wounds. And he told them, I will never let this bastard kill me. Not after everything he did. Then Asta wounds heal on their own. Then he told the devil, as long as I have power inside my body, I will never give up. Then Asta told them, his magic is tricky. If only I can stop it temporarily until I finish him, Then the Black Asta tell him, stop him, huh? Maybe. Then he start powering up his Demon Slayer sword. An anti-magic power is just pouring out of the sword. Then Black Asta start mumbling, keep it under control, keep calm and focus on the power. It's your power. Give it a form, control it. Then he tell him, this is my new power. Anti-magic, Demon Slayer sword, Black Divider. Everyone is surprised. Even Red Asta is surprised by the new power. Then both of them take telepathy to each other, form a plan. Then Red Asta fly toward the devil, start beating him again. Then Black Asta tell his friend, try to stay alive at least for like a minute, I will come back. Then he put 2 fingers on his forehead and wait for the moment. Then moment arrive. He used instant transmission to teleport in front of the devil, cutting him in two and cutting his heart. And for safe measures, Red Asta powered a Kamehameha and shoot it to the devil, completely erasing every trace of him. But the devil did have the message from the anti-magic and tell him, who are you? The anti-magic tell him, it doesn't matter, you just lose, so just disappear. You will never beat this kid, so just disappear, loser. And the demon vanish. Then everybody get out of the Black Castle dimension. Then Asta fused with himself again. Then the same happened. Asta tell them that he's Nero, that girl, the new girl, and the elf passed in peace, except for Patri and the third eye I mean. And I think I'm going to stop it right here. Hope you enjoyed. If you do, drop a like and tell me what you think of it in the comment section. And if you're new around here, consider to subscribe and peace.